Hi everyone, glad you are with us for the show today. I'm super stoked to fish a body of water I have never been, Lake Calcasieu on the Louisiana Gulf Coast. I'm here at Cajun Paradise Lodge and I will be joined by Captain Carlos Garcia as we go after some Louisiana speckled trout and redfish. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now. That is a fish. Oh man, look at this.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southwest region every week.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Woo!
This is Let's Fish.
Hi folks, you may recognize me as your Texas Coastal Inside Reporter, bringing you your Southwest reports each week. Also, hey, I'm a full-time fishing guide in Galveston and Freeport, inshore and offshore. However, today, I'm a few hours from home on Lake Calcasieu in Hackberry, Louisiana, going after specks and reds. We're going to target working birds for specks, and then we may head to the Louisiana marsh looking for redfish. Hey, I have the Blazer Bay 2420 custom rigged by WAYPOINT Marine in Corpus Christi, Texas. She is full of fuel and she's sitting on go. Also, we'll have weekly fishing reports from your local region from our team of Inside Reporters. Let's get started, but first, back to the studio for your weekend planner.
Hey everybody, and thanks for joining us once again. The Salooner tables are predicting fair game fish activity on Saturday and good activity on Sunday. Peak times begin at 5:11 on Saturday and 5:44 Sunday morning. Late afternoon action will pick up at 5:36 on Saturday and 6:09 on Sunday. The sun will rise at 6:29 and set at 8:39, and evenings will feature a moon that is 62% visible. Stay with us, we've got fishing reports from across the area on the way, plus Bassmaster elite angler David Mullins stops by to answer your Ask the Pro question. Back in a bit.
Hi everyone, here we are. I am on Lake Calcasieu. First time ever on this lake. I got Captain Carlos Garcia with me. We're gonna go after speckled trout first thing this morning using soft plastics. Supposedly a lot of bird activity has been going on, lots of slicks. We'll see if that's gonna hold for us today. You never know, it is fishing. So we also have some live shrimp. We're prepared for anything. And if we get lucky, get on some trout, hopefully, just hopefully, I get to catch me a Lake Calcasieu redfish up in the marshes. So stay tuned. Hopefully next time you see us, we'll be bowed up on some fish.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by MotorGuide's Tour Pro, cable steer motor with GPS anchor, WAYPOINT Marine, the Gulf Coast's leading saltwater boating specialist, Strike King, Taiwan On, and by Low Boats. Welcome to Low Country.
Tell you what, we have birds working everywhere, man. It's been a long time. Down home, we don't see birds working like this anymore. There he is, there he is. All right, here we go. My first Louisiana saltwater fish. Here we go. All right, another nice trout. Welcome back, folks. We're here fishing with Captain Carlos Garcia with Cajun Paradise Charters. We just got started working some birds here. Beautiful fish.
Boy, he ate it too.
He ate it. Fish was hungry. Nice fish. We're on the south end of Lake Calcasieu, and this is my first ever Louisiana saltwater fish. Beautiful fish. I tell you what, we have birds working everywhere, man. It's been a long time. Down home, we don't see birds working like this anymore. In Galveston, not like this time of year. We're gonna let this guy go. All right, there we go. Folks, let me tell you what we're doing here. We are fishing the south end of Lake Calcasieu. It's my first time ever here. We got birds working, slicks popping up. We're throwing soft plastics, using our MotorGuide XI5 to ease us up into these birds. And I tell you what, there is a lot of activity going on. I am very excited. Stay tuned, I am fixing to get me another one.
Hey, this has been a really good crappie fishing year here in the state of Oklahoma, and that continues to be the case even though now we've hit the hot part of July. And a couple of places of note. One is Grand Lake, the other is Lake Texoma. Both of those big bodies of water are doing really well for the species at this time. And of course, Lake Eufaula has been good all year. That continues to be the case right now. Now, a couple of different ways to catch them. One is fishing brush piles, the other is dock shooting. In the case of brush piles, look for those in about 10 to 16 foot of water. Mark it on your sonar GPS or throw out a marker buoy. Back off just a little bit so you can make a cast across the top of that brush pile and then slowly swim that jig over it or let it pendulum swing across of it. Catch those fish at the top first, then move in a little bit closer and start dissecting that brush pile deeper into it. Go with your opaque colors if you have some stain to the water like a black hot pink baby shad, or if it's more clear, go with a transparent color like pink lemonade or blue ice. In the case of dock shooting, pick one or two that's kind of isolated along a stretch of bank and close to deep water. Those are really good about drawing in and holding those crappie this time of year. Now what you want to do is use that rod and reel like a bow and arrow to shoot and skip that bait back up underneath the dock platforms and boat lifts to go with the same bait colors, but for dock shooting, go with a lighter jig head. Go with a 1/24 ounce. Hey, a lot of fun catching crappie, but you can't catch them if you don't go.
Oh, there he is. Oh, there we go, there we go.
Wow.
Oh, let's get this trolling motor stopped. Oh, yeah. This fish is mean. I tell you what, these fish, they have that RAJIN CAJUN in them I've been hearing about all the time. Nice speckled trout. Man, they are slamming this soft plastic. I'll tell you what, folks, this is some fun stuff. If you ever get a chance to get down here, Lake Calcasieu, nice fish, another good, solid fish, solid trout.
Yeah, that's
good trout. I'll tell you what.
And they are eating it
They
good.
are eating. That is a big, fat speckled trout. Beautiful fish, beautiful. I'm not positive yet what they're feeding on. Get a close up of that. There we go. Look at all the pretty specks on it. We're not keeping fish today, but that would be a great fish for the frying pan. I tell you what. We're working soft plastics, and we're just going right up into these birds. I was kind of leery to run up in them too quick. I didn't want to spook them, but it looks like what we got to do is just plow into them. It's not scaring them. Working these soft plastics, and when you're working a soft plastic, change your reel speed up a little bit. Like right then, I was just kind of reeling, and sometimes there we go. We got another one on right there. I'm telling you what. Good job, Carlos. I got the net, I'm ready. I'm not sure if
Oh, yeah, these are good
trout. These are some good Lake Calcasieu trout. All right.
Jumped in the net.
Jumped in the net. There is no shortage of fish here on Lake Calcasieu. Man, we have not been fishing 20 minutes, and I don't know how many trout that is. We've already caught 4 or 5. Let me release it. I'm gonna go. Mwah. Good job, little buddy. All right. We're fishing here. Man, these birds are working really, really good. The bottom, we're fishing shell.
Shell bottom.
Shell bottom, and I'm not sure yet what they're feeding on yet. Have you seen anything? Shrimp?
I haven't seen anything jump out, but I'm sure that it's shrimp.
It's shrimp, yeah. But yeah, folks, so I'm fishing a soft plastic, the chartreuse tail. Carlos is fishing. I think we're fishing
Pretty close to the same.
We're fishing pretty much the same thing. Trout on this lake got to be 12 inches, and that's every bit. That's probably 13 inches, maybe 14. There we go, fish on, fish on, fish on. All right, welcome back, folks. I tell you what, we have birds working on Lake Calcasieu. We are on the south end of the lake. There we go. That is a Louisiana keeper right there. And he come right on off. That is a Louisiana keeper. Trout on this lake got to be 12 inches, and that's every bit, that's probably 13 inches, maybe 14. Get on back in there and go get bigger. Folks, what we're doing here, we are fishing birds. The fish are feeding really, really well right now. And the birds kind of, it don't matter if I'm offshore, if I'm at a lake, if I'm in Louisiana, if I'm in Galveston, when you see birds hitting the water, fish are eating. And a lot of times on these speckled trout, you'll see a slick pop up, and it'll start like just a little like a wash tub size. And what a slick is, it looks like an oil film on the surface of the water. And what that is, that's fish feeding. And as they're feeding the oil and everything out of the bait that they're feeding on, they regurgitate it, and when they're eating it, they're just gorging themselves, and the stuff that's getting out through them makes a little oil slick. And that's what we call, if you hear people talking about working birds or working slicks, that's what the slick is. And that's what we're on right now.
Hey friends, Captain Kevin Broussard here with you. Let's Fish Southwest Report, coming to you from Hackberry, Cajun Paradise Charters. Tell you what, we're gonna start off on the freshwater scene. Rivers and streams and creeks, I tell you what, right now, probably wouldn't want to go there. We've been getting lots of rain, the water's gonna be off color and dirty. But I tell you what, places like Caney, Bistineau, Darbone, lots of brim getting caught early and late, crickets, live worms, bass action, same thing, early, late, top water, buzz bait. A little later in the day, fish deeper, classic worm, work it real slow, seems to be the key. Tell you what, saltwater fishing right now on the whole Gulf Coast is on fire. We're in a summertime pattern, which means fishing is best early, late, or a little deeper. Lots of speckled trout getting caught around the Breton Sound area, old Captain Brett Ordees. If he wants redfish, he goes up in the marsh. If he wants trout, he's fishing a little deeper water down the Mr. Go. Lots of speckled trout, live shrimp. Offshore, tuna getting caught out of Venice, snapper season's open. Lots of great snapper getting caught. For old Cajun Phil, Captain Kevin Broussard saying happy fishing, and we're gonna see you right here next week on Let's Fish.
Hi everyone, Captain Greg Verm here, bringing you this week's Upper Texas Coastal Report. Hey, I can tell you one thing is certain. I've been fishing the upper coast for over 40 years, and I've never seen the wind blow this hard for this many days in a row during the summertime. Hey, this past week has been challenging to say the least. Now with that being said, the old saying goes, if you don't like the weather in Texas today, hey, wait a minute, it's gonna change. Now once it does, and I tell you the forecast for the next week is looking amazing, we'll be back on the Gulf of Mexico here out of Freeport, Texas, catching beautiful giant red snapper. Also on the hit list, hey, mahi, cobia, kingfish, wahoo, grouper, and even some billfish while we're trolling around the shrimp boats. Hey, now let's talk Galveston and inshore. Speckled trout, redfish, pompano, bay snapper, drum, Spanish mackerel will be getting caught along the beachfront in both North and South Galveston jetties. Live shrimp free-lined is tough to beat this time of year. Weather is ever changing, and some epic fishing will be happening here on the upper Texas Gulf Coast. And if you want to go fishing out of Galveston or Freeport with me or my team, hey, give me a call, check out our websites. I'm Captain Greg Verm. I'll see you next time.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Bobby Garland Crappie Baits and the original Baby Shad and new slab Huntar Minnow. Glacier Glove. Stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades. Balls Out. Made in the USA. Heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders. And by Camus Boats. Tomorrow's tournament boat today.
And oh, there we go. My first Lake Calcasieu redfish right there, folks. Beautiful fish. There we go. Oh, fish on, fish on, fish on. I gotta kill the trolling motor for me. There we go. All right, welcome back, folks. We have changed up tactics just a little bit. Went back into what, that's a nice back lake redfish. Nice, nice, nice. This is what we come back here for. Put that power pole down. Tell you what, this is what I expect Louisiana fishing to look like back here in this marsh. We're in the marsh along Black Lake, and changed up a little bit. We've been fishing the oyster reefs, catching some speckled trout. Now we moved back down into the marsh to get us in some redfish, and oh, there we go. My first Lake Calcasieu redfish right there, folks. I'll tell you what, boy, that's a beautiful fish. Man, I tell you what, Carlos, now come down this little bayou here up in this marsh, and we've been seeing all kinds of redfish. Beautiful, beautiful redfish. Been seeing them. And I actually pitched a live shrimp to one of them, and it ate it right by the boat, and I missed it. Or he missed it, somebody missed it. But anyway, we didn't hook him, but I tell you what, they are loaded up back here. We can see them, they're just not that hungry, but this one, we was able to get him to bite. So we swapped it up a little bit. It's a beautiful redfish. And redfish here in Louisiana, they gotta be 16 inches minimum length to keep. And this is definitely gonna make that. Beautiful fish. My first Lake Calcasieu redfish right there, fishing the live shrimp under a popping cork. We'll let this guy go. Here you go, little buddy. Mwah. My first Lake Calcasieu redfish right there. Woo-hoo! I tell you what, folks, this is some awesome stuff back here, fishing in these back lakes, this marsh. Let me show you the rig that we're using here. We swapped over to a little bit of live shrimp, getting back here. We're fishing a Kale hook, short leader, short fluorocarbon leader, little BB split shot there, and a real tiny popping cork. And actually, I had a redfish come up and try to eat my popping cork a while ago, so I'm thinking that I might need to swap over to a topwater, but I'm afraid that Carlos will catch another fish and get way ahead of me, so I figure I'll just stick with the same thing. So, and he's getting a bite right now.
Hi folks, this week's Lone Star Lakes is brought to you once again by the good folks at Dragonfire Tools. Now Dragonfire Tools is veteran owned, and they're dedicated to bringing you the absolute best workbench your hard-earned money can buy. Now this week we're going to talk bassin', and we're going to talk about a couple of lakes. We're going to start at Lake Nocona. Between Wichita Falls and Gainesville, Texas is little 1,400-acre Lake Nocona, and it is a big bass factory right now. A recent kayak tournament took 32 pounds to win it, and there were only 5 boats in the tournament. It's putting out a lot of big fish, including 2 8-pounders in that stringer. There's a lot of ways to fish this lake. You can start with your standard stuff in the shallows early in the morning, like your topwaters, your spinner baits, and your Senkos. You can also fish deeper ledges with deep diving crankbaits. Texas rigged worms in the 10-inch size and the blue fleck color will also work. And finally, your chatterbaits. Deep roll your chatterbaits on Lake Nocona. Now over at Lake Texoma, there's smallmouth bass, but I want to throw a twist on that for you. Let's do it at night. We'll not only fish in cooler temperatures, but we'll avoid those daytime recreational crowds. Get you 4 baits, a black and blue spinnerbait, a black buzzbait, a blue fleck power worm, and a black medium diving crankbait. Work the ledges from the very shallowest water out to about 15 feet with those 4 baits, and you're sure to catch some Texoma smallies. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by Dragonfire Tools. Be sure and look us up on Facebook, Lone Star Lake.
Oh, there we go, there we go. All right, fish on. Woo-hoo! Tell you what, folks, this is good stuff right here. Fishing the marsh, back marsh and Black Lake. Oh, nice, nice, nice. She's not ready. That is a Cajun red mean redfish right there. Man, I've even seen some bass swimming around in here. I'm telling you, this area is on fire right now. He's mean. There you go. Come on in, little buddy. We're gonna let you go. All right, beautiful fish. Wow, goodness. Beautiful, beautiful. God, they're so pretty back here when we catch them back here in these back lakes like this, and this brackish. This is kind of a brackish water. And well, I know it is because I've seen some largemouth bass swimming around. Man, that's a cool thing about fishing this brackish water is how red they get, and beautiful, just beautiful fishing. You know, and it's a unique area when you can sit there and catch redfish and bass in the same area. Let me go over a little bit about the diet of a redfish. A redfish will eat live shrimp, of course, that's what we're fishing with here. Crabs, they'll eat shad, sand eels, and mullet. Catch a lot of redfish using a topwater plug, which imitates an injured mullet. That's a good way to catch the redfish. And of course, live shrimp under a popping cork. I grew up doing that with my dad back in the marshes just like this, but of course back home from Galveston, Texas, where I'm from. But today, first time ever on Lake Calcasieu, fishing with Captain Carlos Garcia, and he's putting us on them, man. I'm telling you, this is some great fishing down here if y'all ever get a chance. Check these guys out. We're gonna show you all their information up on the screen, and they have a first-class operation down here.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for new fishing videos every day. And download the free WAYPOINT TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury, Go Boldly, Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder, Lose, Feel the Difference, and by Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Get our free fishing guide at orangebeach.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's get right to your Ask the Pro question for this week. Wayne wants to know, what do you think about the new 4-stroke engines? For an answer, we asked Bassmaster Elite Angler David Mullins.
Well, obviously they're great for the environment. You know, they're not the emissions have been cut down a lot. But the biggest thing for me as far as running goes is there's so much low end and mid-range torque. So if you want a faster hole shot, that 25 to 55 mile an hour is so much more increase than what we had with the old 2-strokes. And with the new Mercury Pro XS, I mean, even the high end, I still get that high end I did like I had with the 2-stroke. So I love them. Don't have to put oil in them anymore. You just change it out, you know, ever so often, and it's a win-win for me.
Thanks so much, David. If you want some help from one of the pros, simply just go to letsfishtv.com and follow the Ask the Pro link to submit a question. Now it's time to find out who wins this week's Big Catch of the Week.
This week's winner in the Big Catch of the Week contest is Randall David of Tomball, Texas, showing an 11-pound largemouth bass he caught at Lake Raven in Huntsville State Park, Texas. To enter the contest, go to our website at letsfishtv.com and follow the instructions on the homepage, or go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/letsfishtv and see our Big Catch post from any Tuesday and follow the instructions there. You and your big fish could be seen on our show. I want to share with y'all a very important piece of equipment to use when you're fishing birds. A pair of binoculars. I didn't have them on the boat today. I had to come back to the dock. Captain Carlos pulled them out of his boat so I could show y'all. I wish I'd have had them out there today. A pair of binoculars will help you find flocks of birds that are working from the trout pushing the bait up to the surface. I tell you what, these binoculars will save you a lot of time, help you catch more fish, and also you're gonna save more fuel. Get you a pair of binoculars, keep them in your glove box, keep them in a dry box, and they're gonna help you catch more fish. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching the show today. Hey, I had a blast fishing here on Lake Calcasieu. Hopefully, you learned something about working birds for speckled trout on your local waters. Hey, if you want to fish with me in Galveston, Texas, inshore or offshore, give me a call. I had a great time fishing with y'all today, and I will see you next time.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see more fishing tips, how-to videos, big fish catches, and full episodes of our Let's Fish TV show, be sure to subscribe right here to our YouTube channel. You can also like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. Good fishing out there.